So how would you assess your own jaw? You know, figure out whether you actually have a problem with your TMJ, if you have TMJ disorder or dysfunction. There's a few things that you could do for yourself that you could just self-assess, and then there's more things that you could do for yourself to help yourself along and decide whether or not you'd like to see a practitioner to do some intraoral work and some more comprehensive work on your neck and jaw. So I've got Kyle here, and he is interested in knowing about his own jaw. So I've asked him to look at himself in the mirror. I think that that would be the best thing for you to do. So smile in the mirror. Smile at yourself and look at how your jaw smiles. Do you tend to smile up more on one side than the other side? And then chew your food. So imagine yourself chewing an apple or chewing a burger or whatever, or even some gum, and just notice the direction in which you chew. You know, do you kind of close down on one side and then go to the other? And notice, do you start on the side where, you know, you always would? Because the way you can tell is if you chew on the other side, if you try to make it the opposite now and chew on the other side, you can feel it feels a little awkward or not so great. So, and those things can happen because you have sensitive teeth, because you had like a root canal that is always sensitive and you don't want to chew on there as much. If you've lost a tooth, there's lots of different reasons. Once you've checked how you might have some asymmetries with the use of your jaw in your facial muscles, like, and the way that you smile or the way that you talk, you can talk to yourself in the mirror. And now you want to look at your teeth. So you want to look and see, do your two incisors here in the front, do they actually line up with the middle of your jaw on the bottom when you smile in the mirror? So can you see that, or is it a little bit skewed? You know, is it kind of over to the one side or the other, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you can also test your size of your fingers. Can you stick your knuckles of your non-dominant hand, if you're right-handed, try your left or vice versa, and put it into your jaw and see if those fit, right? Mm-hmm. And once you've tested that, and you can get those in, if you can only get two in, then you need some help, because you want to be able to fully open your jaw and fully use your whole head and neck to help you, you know, maneuver your whole, you know, talking, eating apparatus. Those are some tips. The other thing that you could do is you could see how well you can protrude your jaw, stick your chin out, how well you can bring your jaw back in, and how well you can maneuver your jaw from one side to the other. And once again, a lot of people will find that they can maneuver their jaw to one side quite a bit easier than the other. Mm-hmm. So if that's the case for you, I suggest you to seek professional help. But what you can do in the meantime is you can massage some of your own muscles of chewing, or muscles of mastication, they call them. So if you're a clencher, or you've got a lot of stress in yourself and you didn't really know that you had those asymmetries, you can start to massage your jaw just right in, you know, it's kind of up to the cheekbone, and you can work down to the jawbone itself. So you're just making some circular kneadings. You can even go back and forth like a cross fiber kind of, yeah, right up to the jaw and right up to the cheekbone and right down. And then also you can take your knuckles like this, and you can just kind of slide them up your temporal muscles. So it's actually, you're kind of going at the level of your ear, and you're just kind of elongating those muscles of your temporal bone really slowly. So you're just going up really slowly, you're kind of pushing in, and you're going really nice and slow, and then you come back down. So you don't pull back down, you just move back down and then go up slowly, a little bit slower than that. How does that feel?
Really nice.
Good, good. So those are some things you can do.